My name is Neill Franklin. I'm a 34-year police veteran from the state of Maryland and the current executive director of the Law Enforcement Action Partnership. The Law Enforcement Action Partnership is an international nonprofit coalition of expert criminal justice professionals who are working to dramatically reform our criminal justice system. Most of us are retired, but many of our expert speakers are current police chiefs, sheriffs, prosecutors, judges, and prison wardens. From working undercover to commanding multi-jurisdictional drug task forces, most of my career has been spent fighting the war on drugs as a Maryland State Trooper. For the past 10 years, I've been the executive director of the Law Enforcement Action Partnership and working to undo the most problematic piece of public policy since slavery, that's drug prohibition. Over the past few years, we at the partnership have also been focused upon police reform. And after the recent murder of Mr. George Floyd, this work has been dramatically increased. As public officials, activists, and others focus upon police policy reform and defunding the police, they are failing to focus upon the one thing that would dramatically accelerate police reform, and that is ending marijuana prohibition, cannabis. You see, even with adult legalization of marijuana in numerous states across the country, that's medical and recreational purposes, we are still stopping, frisking, searching, and making 500,000 arrests for possession alone every year. This number does not include the thousands of times when people are stopped and searched, yet nothing is found, no reports are written. Every time the police interact with citizens, mainly black citizens, the potential for something to go wrong is very high. There are many reasons given in Section 2 of the Modern Day Justice and Cannabis Reform Act of 2020 for passing it, but I am speaking to you from a place of policing and public safety. The police and the courts have limited resources for fighting violent crime, and they should not be squandered on enforcing marijuana laws. But as long as it is the law, the police will enforce it. We are distracting the police from going after the robbers, the rapists, the murderers, and more. We are spending billions every year in this country enforcing marijuana prohibition laws during a time when we need mental health services, treatment, nutrition, environmental health resources, wraparound services for children, and homes for the homeless. Reducing violent crime is about four things: focusing upon the few who commit the most violent crimes, ending the war on drugs, creating healthy, thriving communities. That's health, it's education, it's nutrition, it's housing, employment, economic equity, and community trust for critical information about those who are committing the crimes. You see, the police need this vital information from our citizens in order to solve crimes and go after the ones responsible. But marijuana prohibition places the community and the police at odds with one another. Do you want to improve police-community relations today? Then end it. We need a system of regulation and control which will best protect our children from exposure and will ensure that the safest products are being sold for those adults who choose to use. Additionally, taxes should be paid as with any other commodity, relative criminal records cleared, and reasonable requirements for those who want to operate a cannabis business. It is for these reasons and more that I and the Law Enforcement Action Partnership support the Modern Day Justice and Cannabis Reform Act of 2020. Thank you for your time.